Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lifestyle Aesthetics, where we teach you how to level up consistently over time. Today's gym vlog, I'm doing kind of like a bro split. Like I said previously, just having more time in the summer is fun. I'm able to go a little bit more often in the gym rather than just do my regular chest, arms, shoulders, back, and leg day. I want to do chest and back, shoulders and arms, and then legs. So with this incline press machine here, going as heavy as I possibly can, each weight or each hand has its own weight stack. And this is really cool because this helps you force you to just correct those imbalances that we have. Not every chess machine has this. So, when I go to my Temple Fitness Club, okay, there's five of them in there, five to six. The Hell's Kitchen one is one of my favorite ones to do because I like the machines that they have here. So each hand has its own individual weight. And I do feel that nice stretch and I feel that challenge in my chest where my upper part of the chest is getting nice and developed. Okay, so you know these these machines are top tier, okay, as the young people call it S tier type of machines. And if your gym has them, you're blessed. And then we have a high to row machine, same thing with these MTS hammer strength type of machines where each hand has its own weight. I do feel that nice stretch. So this, of course, focuses more on the upper back. Did my research. Yes, it does work the upper back. Um, you know, I'm getting stronger. The idea here is that you want to let the weight carry you forward. Of course, same thing, but pulling all the way back. Okay, all the way to your elbows are flared out behind your body, and you and feel that on your back. And I am sore. Okay, I do feel sore the day after. And as you see here, my back is popping through the shirt, so this is really cool. Unfortunately, this is like a busy day, so going around the gym like a crazy person with a little tripod is what I've been doing. So we're doing some incline fly. So of course, two chest movements and then three back movements. That's what I do for chest and back. We've, we did weighted dips last time, but we're not gonna do them today. I just want to focus on just getting the overall build of a superhero type of chest. Okay, that's the superhero build, athletic build. Once you are, dropping in body fat, you are gonna get some, nice proportions on your physique. Okay, so incline press, pec deck fly or flight for your chest, and you're gonna be good overall. Okay, trying to focus on that full range of motion. When you have a regular pec deck fly, try to go all the way back as long as you're able to, of course. Okay, your flexibility is important, but also your safety and your joints and all that stuff. When you go back on that nice deep stretch and then pause at the top, you're gonna have a nice chest activation. And then here, wide grip row, only because I want a wider back. My back is nice and thick, but just working on the details of having wider lats is what I want to focus on. Same thing, you lean a little bit back, but let the weight carry you forward. So we're not really going to do any wide grip rows today since I'm doing a wide grip lat pull down for my lats. Since we did the high to low pull down, that details more of the upper back. Two sets is what you need. So start heavy off first, and then second weight, just drop it. That's what we call reverse pyramid training. Trying to been not force this into you. I'm not trying to tell you how to work out or force you that my method is correct, but I feel like reverse pyramid training, that style in just two sets, helps me to develop my physique a lot. I do see the changes. I am getting stronger, so more for joint safety and recovery, and just keeping the intensity high is all you need. Then we're doing these low grip rows here, focusing on the lower back. um I'm not as strong as I would like to be in this type of movement, or maybe just having the high to low, starting that off first. But still having this type of machine, you're gonna get strong on the lower back, your grip, and then yeah, that's pretty much it for the chest and back. And then we are doing some shoulders and arms. I always prioritize doing an overhead pressing movement because I feel like pushing something above you, uh, that correlates to having like a functional type of strength, real life application. So doing that first, and I'm pushing myself to increase the weight, going heavy. So 6 to 8 reps. Okay, the rep count. I focus more on going nice and slow, controlled, doing the weight I'm able to push, but still challenges me at the same time. So 2 sets in between. People ask me how much I rest for. A minute or 2 minutes is all I need. I want to come and go to the gym. Okay, so that's pretty much that. Then we do some tricep extensions. I feel like my form is not that great. Um, I'm focusing more on just developing a little bit more brute strength. Okay, yes, form is important as you see there, but just forcing myself to push some weight that I'm able to control anyways, because as you notice on these 2 clips, I'm holding that weight down, okay? Holding that, pausing that, and then, pushing here. My triceps are blowing up. So if it works for me, it works for me. So you got to experiment with your own body. Then we do like a little drop set. I haven't done drop sets in a while, but I do feel it a lot on my triceps. So I figured why not just drop the weight, add a few more reps in, and my triceps are going to blow up. So from here, okay, we're doing some wide grip rows. So this is still the same gym, Temple Fitness Club at the House Kitchen location. So yes, I'm getting some upper back here, but I feel like supersetting these anyway blows up my posterior deltoid, so why not? And I'm trying to go heavy here. So 60 pounds personal record, the wide grip rows, then I decreased by 10 pounds. I feel like my posterior deltoids are blowing up. That's one of the hardest muscle groups that people usually struggle with. So I want to not gatekeep this and just always tell you, just try it out. Wide grip row and then reverse flies as a superset, and then you're going to see your upper back grow. Okay, also your traps and all that stuff. And then heavy lateral raises. I'm not swinging too much, so I'm happy. I feel like my system works for me personally, just forcing and just powering through the heavy weight. Then I get accustomed to it, my body gets used to it, and then when you drop the weight, of course, it's better form, but you get stronger overall. At least going to 80% for range of motion, and then you're gonna blow up. Okay, my shoulders are getting wider. I feel like they are. It might be crazy, but my physique is improving slowly. And then the preacher carol, this one is better compared to the one that we had in the other one, in the Madison location for Temple Fitness. So this one I like to do one hand at a time. I try to challenge myself by going up in weight. Um, I was only able to do 2 complete reps, so we're gonna jump the weight just a little bit, and then force myself to do the reps here. I just want to get stronger overall, and I feel like focusing one arm at a time for some of the machines is gonna help you blow up. So my biceps, my forearms are getting nice and thick, so I'm not too worried about that. I just want to really, really drop body fat. I want to get lean. It's just a personal goal of mine. Just get lean, get strong, drop some weight, and then gonna look better. Okay, it might be some sort of vanity, but for me, this is what I want. Okay, just look good, still be healthy. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having low body fat as long as you do your little walks. You are getting also your heart stronger. Okay, heart isn't muscle organ. You want to have that nice and strong. So endurance is also important to me. So just doing my incline walks after my workouts. And you will feel better mentally as well when you work out. Okay, so then we do our second set here, one arm at a time. Notice my hand position. So I feel like I get more bicep activation the closer my hand is on the end of the grip as opposed to the top part of the grip. So that's just something for me personally. So figure out which one is more comfortable and enjoyable for you, right? We all have different bodies, different height, different bone structures, different body anatomies, even though we're all human. Just experiment and then you're good to go. And then here, just forcing out the last few reps since I feel like the left arm is the weaker part. So just adding one more 2 reps, 1 or 2, and then we're good to go. And then finishing off with some reverse grip. Okay, even though I'm swinging now, eventually in the future, you're going to see me keeping my back straight. Since, yeah, maybe I'm using some momentum for my forearms, but they were blowing up anyway. So, again, it works for me. It works for me. Um, I don't do like the wrist curl stuff or cable machine curls for my forearms. I like to do reverse grip. It's slanted. You could also go all the way 180-degree flat, but going slanted for me just helps me blow them up. And then the next day, we are in a regular home gym, Icon gym, um, Romanian deadlift first. So I haven't used the machine in a while, and I've been wanting to use this for a long time, but it was always occupied. So I took advantage using this machine. My grip was somewhat slipping, so I feel like I need to work on my grip strength. But overall, this machine is great as long as you keep your back straight. I'm not doing it too heavy with the weight you're able to control. Feel it a lot on your hamstrings and your glutes. And then, of course, trap shrugs. You know, traps for me are important to work out, especially as a guy, because you want to make sure that you don't look awkward. When you have nice developed shoulders, the muscles between your neck and your shoulders is important so you don't throw yourself off, throw other people off. Not that I care about what society thinks, but I want to create a balanced look. So if you neglect doing shrugs, you're gonna look weird. Just keep that in mind, of course. If you don't want to work on that, that's fine. But for me, I feel like I would look strange if I don't have trap muscles. So yeah. And then we do some calf extensions here. I'm focusing more on doing form. I want to get a better stretch for my calves. I'm trying to force them to grow. So I dropped the weight. So we are still doing 2 plates of 45. However, I didn't add the 10 pounds on each side. So first set with 245s and then we dropped the weights. It is much more easier, but just going at full range of motion, top and bottom stretch, and you are good to go. Trying to focus on getting that detailing of my calves. Okay. And then from here, we're doing some focused leg curls. As you see, I'm going slower than usual. I dropped the weight a little bit as well, but keeping this focus on exploding on the way down and then controlling the weight as you go up also is a form of getting some strength there, some strength training when you control the weight either on the positive side or on the negative side of the movement. So overall, just controlling that weight will help you just get strong, keeping that focus on the rhythm, especially when going on the way back up for this type of exercise. You're going to get some nicer hamstrings, some nicer calves, and it's going to help you just get better, leg proportions. Okay, yeah, you want to have some nice beefy upper body, but if your legs are not well balanced out with the upper body, it's going to look strange. I feel like I look like this even though I do hit my legs. I feel like my upper body is more dominant than my legs. I don't know. Comment down below what you think. And then I felt lazy. So the hack squat and the pendulum squat is on the second floor. However, I just wanted to just keep my lower back safe since I kind of did hurt it just a little bit before. So, I want to control the soreness of my body as well. So, yeah, I did get lazy. However, putting this glute press on the little incline, so that little part on the bottom that you see, you can either have it flat or have it more higher. So the higher you go, you hit more quadriceps. Well, not more, but the quadriceps are getting activated as opposed to the flat one. And I'm going heavy on this. So the reason I'm going heavy is because I want to get stronger here, focus more on quadriceps rather than my glutes. I don't care too much about it, but I do want to get some stronger quadriceps. So I feel like going heavy on this machine, and I feel it a lot. I feel it. I'm struggling through and I'm powering through this and making sure that my full range of motion is completely activated. I'm still focusing on that, holding that stretch there. I'm trying to not go super fast, and, keeping that mind to muscle connection is sometimes difficult since your mind will go on other things, or if you're distracted with the music or listening to your own music. It's hard to do, but just doing that to the best of your ability. I personally don't, have earphones or whatever. I just like to keep it focused since they get in the way. They have, music in the gym anyway, so I don't really care about that. I just focus on doing my own thing and keeping my own focus as I work out. So 2 sets, again, I start with the weaker side. So my left leg is weaker, I believe. So that's what I start first. And then We're doing some leg extension. I couldn't go farther. You know how I told you in the other video to go back, all the way back for leg extension? The one upstairs is much better. So the strategy here is that I'm just controlling the weight, controlling it back up, controlling it back down, and I can't even go push this much higher. So that's the downside of the different leg extension machines. But I'm doing my best and I do feel it. So next time I do want to go back to the other leg extension, but this is good enough. I do feel it on my quadriceps. It's getting nice and thick. And as long as you control the weight, even if you can't go back because certain machines don't allow you to, and then people are going to harass you, oh, for range of motion, this, that, and the third. However, you go as far back as humanly possible, and two, go back as far as the machine allows you to, because it doesn't always have the range of motion. Other machines are superior, others are worse, but you work with what you got, especially with the time that you have. So that's pretty much it for today's gym vlog. Hope you guys liked the video. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.